Which one of these, is he one of these three gentlemen in the bottom picture too?
No, we think they're the Al Capone gang.
You know, they look like they're dressed a little different than the other guys, don't they?
We really think they are.
Okay.
My name is Norma Bierl Maiers, and I was born in Templeton, Iowa, and my birthday is July 9th of 1932.
So obviously you moved from Templeton when you were quite young.
True, yeah.
And I'm here to talk to you about, you know, anything to do with Templeton Rye. But did you go back and visit Templeton? Did you still have relatives there?
Oh, yeah, we went back every summer and had a great time. We visited all the Bierls, my grandpa and grandma, and in fact you had some of the pictures where they were on the farm. They moved, I think, to Auburn is where I mostly was with them on the farm. And there they had like a river running through their farm. And my grandma charged $0.25 a car to go fishing. And boy, did she collect money. And the fishing was great, by the way, there.
And so as you were a kid, you just got to play in that area where everybody else came to recreate.
And then, of course, my mom's my grandparents, the Horbacks, they all lived in Templeton area, so I'm well acquainted with the Templeton area too. And my dad's best friend was Alphonse Kerkhoff, and they're the ones that sort of got the Templeton Rye going, and underneath a corn crib on the Bierl farm.
Your dad's first name was what again?
Ambrose.
Ambrose Bierl.
Mm-hmm.
Friends with Alphonse Kerkhoff.
Yeah.
Okay, so your dad was good friends with Alphonse, and
all his life, yes.
All his life. And do you remember hearing anything about whiskey growing up, or was it not till later that you learned about it?
Actually, my dad used to talk about it, that he and Alphonse would cook it underneath the corn crib out there in their underwear because it was so hot, and they were pool sharks, I guess, and played cards with the gangsters with guns on the table. I remember him saying about that.
So you said that you moved to Dyersville when you were 2.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think your dad continued to make whiskey when he moved, or did he get out of that time?
Oh no, I think he got out of that.
Mm-hmm. And that you thought maybe that was part of the reason that he moved?
Well, that's what my sister says, so you'll have to call her and talk to her about that one.
I think we should call her.
Hello?
Hello, Dorothy?
Yes.
This is Norma. How are you?
Oh, good. How are you?
I'm great. The guy here is here to videotape this for Dad's about the Templeton Rye, and he would like to ask you some questions, or if you got anything to talk about.
Can you repeat that? I just had to turn my TV down.
Oh, okay. Jason Walschmidt is here from Templeton, and he would like to ask you questions about Dad in the Templeton Rye business. And do you have anything stories you could tell him?
Gosh, not that I know of. I mean, you know, we moved. I was only 6 years old when we moved, and to Dyersville, so I was a little young to remember much of anything.
Well, can you remember anything, or why did we go to Dyersville?
Well, actually, you know, we lived on a farm, Templeton.
Yeah.
And Dad, well, he was ill, and he couldn't, you know, take, like, working in the corn and stuff like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he saw an ad, and just by accident he answered, and he saw an ad for a gamble store in Dyersville, and he answered the ad, and the rest is history.
Oh, well, what about the bootlegging and that stuff? Do you know anything about what?
I was only 6 years old.
Well, were the feds? Somebody said that the feds were after him when they moved. We moved.
I know of.
Oh, okay.
It would be news to me. Who would say that? It's news to me.
Oh, well, Scott told that to Paul, and we were wondering if that was true. Why we moved to Dyersville because of the whiskey.
Who's talking to me?
Scott told Paul, our son Paul, you know.
Oh.
and he heard that story. So we were wondering if you had heard any stories about when Dad was bootlegging with Alphonse Kerkhoff.
No, not really. I mean, there was gossip, but I'm not going to say anything about, well, you know how that stuff goes around. And not really, not, well, let's not say there was talk, but, I mean, I was only 6 years old, too, so I really don't care to talk about it.
Oh, okay. Well, you just heard gossip then.
Well, I'm going to say, you know, you hear talk, so, after all, I was only 6 years old, so.
Yeah, I know. I was too.
Yeah, you're 4 years younger than I am.
Yeah, right.
Too, so I really don't care to repeat anything about that.
Oh, okay.
To know.
Well, they were just doing a video thing on it, and well, that's wonderful. Well, it sure is nice talking to you, and maybe we can get together sometime when we're in Dyersville.
Well, that's great. Thank you for calling.
You're welcome. Didn't you hear me say that was Scott? That told our son Paul, and oh well, that's just gossip. She knows a lot more than I know she does. My dad.
What's this up here?
That's Jake when he was 16 in Paul was like July to September. They had somebody come to the store and take pictures.
That's a big family.
Yeah, 2 are missing. Yeah.
All right, so here is the
Farm.
Bierl farm.